Now we'll discuss about Richard Mayer. He is one of the most celebrated architects of the New York Five. He was a Jewish architect born in Newark, New Jersey, and got his bachelor's degree from Cornell University. He also worked with Skidmore, Owing and Merrill, and now he has also worked with Marcel Breuer for 3 years or 4 years or so. And he is the one who is very much likely to see the Corbusian principles, to study the Corbusian principles and put them into his practice. So, and he also studied the earlier 20th century architecture by Le Corbusier. And when you see the buildings, he is one of the architect who is known as the whites in the New York Five. The two examples which you are seeing down, the Jubilee Church and the New Harmony Athenaeum, they both have whites, and there are many more who are totally white in color. So that ways he was following Corbusier principles in the terms of purity of the form and purity of the colors. And what he followed actually was his Villa Savoy. These are the three major principles which form the philosophy of the architectural principle of Richard Mayer: light, color and place. Light, he means the dynamic light, the total inflow of light without being dependent upon the mechanical means. The color according to him is the white, which is the predominant color because it is in the purest form. And the third is the place. How is he creating the place? Because when you enclose a space, then only a place comes into being. I think I'm clear. So by this he was using the Corbusian principles in the form of these places he was making, and how the places move from one place to the other, and how he is trying to capture that movement of the person who is using that space. We'll do this house which was done by Richard Mayer, and this house was built on the wooded site, and it was overlooking a long island. This was completed in 1967, and the residence was built for Fred and Carola Smith. This is known as the Smith House, and today it is owned by their sons. He got the project where, and when Mears commissioned his New York studio in 1963, and there he worked with Marcel Breuer also. Generally, this house has a very slopy terrain. So when he went to the site and he took the total study of the site, he felt that RCC structure would not go, and that is why he has programmed the total house into the wooden structure, as you can see in the pic. Second was that because this being a rocky land and coastal area, so he decided to go up to in the vertical stacking rather than expanding the site on the horizontal plane, because that would endure more of the foundation problems. So this is the house for which Mr. Richard Mayer won the Pritzker Prize, one of the most celebrated prize in the architectural field, in 1984, and he was the chief figure in the America's modernistic movement. This Smith House made this fellow's career to be one of the most prominent careers of the American architecture. Now, when we see the house, what do we see? Whenever we are entering a house in any of the people, and especially the people who are very celebrated people of the society, we enter into the glam and glossy living room, and from there we move into, if allowed, we move into the private areas. But here the house had two entries. The one entry which you can see here on the roadside, this had a ramp, and this was taking you to the small lobby and the private area first. So this is totally reverse of the philosophy that we follow in today's world. So while entering Richard Mayer Smith House, first you will enter the private space and then you will come into the public space. Now this figure down left, what you see is the ramp which is leading you to the lobby, and the upper figure on the right hand side is the elevation from the opposite side, where he has the total glass facade. Now you can see the positions of the planar elements and how he has created that longitudinal glass facade in the 3 floors. So this is how he has followed the Corbusian principles. I think while I have made you study Le Corbusier, I have told you all the 5 principles, and I am very sure that you will be able to easily connect all those 5 principles here. Now this is the night view. Now when we are talking of New York 5, then we see a slightly difference from the Le Corbusier. As I told you in the first slide also, these all these architects were follower of Le Corbusier and wanted to create the stance of purism, but they had their own individual architectural styles. You see that block of the chimney, which is a tall block which is leading upstairs towards the sky. When we take a close picture of this block, we'll see a slightly tinted chipping of the chimney. This was a sense of tension that Richard May wanted to create in his building. Then when you see the building from outside, the clear glass, you see a movement of picture which has all the uh, colors like red, green, yellow, blue, and it is towards the total of the wall, which is showing the movement of the space. I have given a blown up also in the picture down. Then again in the picture which is right hand side downstairs, you see the line work and you see the gray and blue diamond shaped building. So now you can again connect it to the De Stijie movement, which was very prominent in the modern era, and there these people had the straight lines and the movement that was shown by the pictures. Now I have placed that right hand side upper picture is, you see very clearly the column and the facade, they have no relation amongst themselves. The columns are placed at a point which has a distance between the facade. The glass is very clear because he never wanted the structural elements to any case hamper his view. So he has placed the column behind the facade. These are the simple plans of the lower level, where you can see the ramp which is shown, you can see the staircase which is shown, and the position of the places. So now you see that I told you the entry was towards a small lobby, and then they went under the living space. This is the upper area. Then this also have a double height spaces. So you can see these New York people, New York 5 people, they have a same kind of inclination, the double heights, the treatment of the interiors, the placement of the spaces. So this is how they were of the same inclination, and this is how why they bonded together and formed a cult. These are the simple elevations. You need to really practice these sketches. So with this, we wind off the session for New York 5, and I'll keep posting with the other stuff. Thank you.